Welcome to part 2 of shipping for eBay. Today we're going to talk about media mail. If you're new here, I am Angie Resells and I am a full-time eBay reseller who has been selling on eBay for over 20 years. So let's get right into it. Now, media mail is a great resource to use for inexpensive shipping for books and media. But there are some rules that come with media mail that I want you to know. We want to make sure that you're sending the right items via media mail. The last thing you want is a customer to get a package with postage due because you have misused media mail. So let's get started with what you can ship on media mail and what you can't. With media mail, you can, first of all, you can ship books. That's the best thing. You can also do other printed materials, sound and audio recordings. So that means DVDs, including DVD sets, CDs, and VHS. All of those can go media mail. You can also do CDs and computer discs as well. So any kind of printed materials like that. But there are some exceptions. Things you cannot ship on media mail include magazines. You would think a magazine is a printed material, but unfortunately, because there's advertising in those magazines, you cannot send via media mail. Comic books, video games. Video games are not eligible for media mail, guys, so stop using it for media mail. So even though you're allowed all sound recordings, if you have blank tapes, cassettes, things like that, if they have no recording on them, unfortunately, not media mail eligible. Some crazy books that you would think would be eligible are crossword puzzles and Sudokus. Even though they're in a little book form, they are not eligible. Trading cards and greeting cards. Your Pokemon cards, no matter how many you have, cannot go media mail, nor can your Christmas cards that you get in a box or old vintage cards. Even though you can read them, they can't go media mail either. Another item that surprises me that can't go media mail is newspapers. It can't get more printed than that, but it's because of advertising in newspapers makes them ineligible. And then one that I find very interesting that I've seen lots of people try to do is puzzles. Guys, puzzles are not reading material. You cannot send those media mail. So stop trying to send them. We hear those puzzle pieces rattling around. We all know what it is. Now you may send something media mail and say, why can't I try? What can be the harm? Well, the reason is your customer very likely can get an invoice with postage due. And unlike eBay, which gives you a discounted rate, the post office is going to send your customer an invoice for full retail of priority mail if you misuse media mail. The last thing you want is a customer who ordered a puzzle to get an invoice for $12 or $13 from the post office saying they owe that money in order to get the puzzle that they ordered. That's a no-no. So when you are sending something in media mail, when you go to your listing, you definitely want to make sure you select media mail. The biggest thing about media mail is the weight. You can estimate the measurements and fix those when it comes time. Remember, you always want to round up and include some extra weight for your box or packaging that you need. So if you have a stack of books you are mailing and it's 12.5 pounds, you may actually want to put it in for 14 pounds because by the time you put a box, your tape, your label, all those things, it's very likely going to be more than a half pound. So you always want to round up to cover you for that. Media mail is the easiest one of all to learn. It also saves you a ton of money if you can ship items that way. Heck, I don't mind shipping books at all because the shipping is such a great deal. Just remember the rules about what can and can't be shipped via media mail and you're going to do just fine. Our next video, we're going to talk about priority mail flat rates and learn how you can use these flat rates to save you some money. We'll see you next time. Bye.